Good morning. It is, I don't know, Monday morning. It's about 0 degrees out with the wind chill. It's about 18 below. I'm not sure if you can see how hard the wind is blowing. Going out to get water to the calves. You can see we've had to cut a road here, and now no sooner do we get a cut that it's starting to drift back over. I'm gonna go over here and get these guys some food and water. It's pretty cold, so it's not gonna be a real long video today. So just gonna take care of what needs taken care of and go from there. All right. You can see he just cleared this, and you can see the drifts trying to come back over again already. Got to be really careful not to get stuck right now. I have to put this camera down. We moved where we feed to where we're a little closer to these buildings. Try to reduce some of the wind. Get a little block for the cows, but it's really not helping. You can see these poor buggers got ice on their face and that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm gonna put this phone down so I can finish getting in here and get this work done. First thing got to get taken care of today is swapping out the tank heater for this small tank for the cow-calf pair. I literally just broke the ice, went home, grabbed the tank heater and came back, and there's already ice over the top of it here. So I'm gonna have to, we had a tank heater at the house. It's a lower amp tank heater, so I'm not sure how well it's going to work. But I'm going to break the ice again, clear the ice, pull the tank heater that's in there out, and put a new one in, and hopefully this one does better. Additionally, my wife is going to town today. She had an appointment in town. So while she's in town, she's gonna pick up one that's it's a little better and take care of this cow-calf pair, so they've got plenty of food and water. All right, let me get this thing swapped out. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is get this tank heater plugged in so that it can start warming up. Come on, yeah. All right, that one's plugged in. So I'll break some of this ice now. You can see I literally just broke this about 20 minutes ago, and you can see that it's already got ice back on it. The other two tank heaters were the same amperage as the one I just pulled out, but both of those were kept open. The big tank that the cows have been drinking out of, it's still open, no ice on it whatsoever. The other one, the calves had drinking it down below the level of it, of the heater itself, but it was thawed all the way down to that point. So we'll see. This one ought to kick on pretty quick and start warming things up. So we should know within, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes if this thing's getting iced over again. We're gonna have to swap it out or see what the issue is going on over here. But right now I think we're gonna be all right, in pretty good shape with that one there. Now to get water. The wind is the absolute worst. It cuts through everything. There's just no getting warm in the wind. You can see all of this is overflowed. The river, excuse me, the creek is frozen up, and it's filled up this whole area. This is all freaking ice right here. I know I've got to come out to about there is where I got it yesterday. Actually, I hooked the hose up first. So there's a little ice on the threads, so it's just tough to get the hose started on there, which makes things more difficult. Of course, when it gets cold like this, everything seems to become more difficult. So I don't have a lot of time here. I've got basically one shot at getting this done. Otherwise, whatever water gets into that hose will freeze in a hurry. You can see it is slick. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see if we can get the pump in there. I think that'll do us. Okay, we got it working. Not sure how long it's gonna stay open, but we got it going. So this is the trough we've been filling for the cows, the ones that are in the pasture, because they can't get to the creek. You can see that one tank here is keeping this whole thing ice free. This one's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. We got to get these guys some water. They've drank it down quite a bit, but I'm not going to stand out here today in this wind and this snow. I'm going to pull the truck over here so I can see the tank, and then I'll just watch it from there. It's too cold to stand out here in this wind. There are times that it's really uncomfortable taking care of these guys, taking care of these animals. So it's something you definitely need to know before going into it. It's not something that's just going to be fair weather. Obviously, that's going to depend on where you live. But like up here in the north, it gets cold, it gets snowy, the wind gets cold, water becomes extremely difficult. It's just something that you need to know before you commit to something, because you can't just leave these animals without water. They'll die. You can't do that to them. They need the water to process the feed they're getting. They've got to have plenty of feed, keep them warm, keep them full. So it's definitely something you need to consider before you go out and start buying animals. If you live in some place like, I don't know, Oklahoma or Texas or somewhere like that, you're going to have a lot less difficulty in times like this. And, you know, the worst you may have is, other than maybe a tornado, who knows. But, you know, most times you're dealing with heat and drought down there. Here, the biggest thing here, the majority of the time, is feed and water. Those two things. Feed, we don't have a lot of pasture. We can get hay, but it's a lot of money. You're not going to make any money selling cows if you're buying a bunch of feed all the time. I still have to feed in the winter, so I have to buy feed, but in the summer, obviously, they're on pasture, so that helps a lot. Water, as you can see, is probably the most difficult thing. They've got to have a good source of fresh water, and it's got to be thawed, and they got to be able to get to it. So otherwise they will get sick and they will die. So something to think about before you get into these animals. Honestly, even with this difficult time, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love the animals, I love the work, I love the way things go. I got all the tanks full, cows and calves are taken care of, everybody's fed. I'm going to stop here. Thank you for watching. If you got anything out of this, or if you enjoyed watching, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I sure would appreciate it. Have a great day.